Hello, my name is Stephen Redman and welcome again to Pastor's Library. This is the channel where we talk about everything to do with theology books, books that might be on a reading list for your seminary, your bachelor's or master's course, or maybe just have piqued your interest somewhere. Today we have a special edition. This is for Brenda. I hope you're listening, Brenda. Brenda wrote into me and asked me to comment on the Wesley One Volume Commentary. I hope you're going to click like on this, Brenda. I really do. If you're listening and you're not Brenda, please like this too, and remember to subscribe and to click on the bell, and that way you'll know about every issue of Pastor's Library that comes out. So, those of you that know me by now will know that I'm not a huge fan of one-volume commentaries. The reason for that is quite simple. They cannot contain a lot of detail. And if you are looking for detail, then they aren't always the place to go to. But there has got to be a starting point. And I have on previous occasions recommended a few other one-volume commentaries for specific purposes. But this one has piqued my interest, I have to say. I would never have bought this had Brenda not said. But it really is quite an interesting volume. You see, whereas most commentaries will give you a verse-by-verse exposition and will go into whatever level of detail as possible, this book has chapters written by individual Wesleyan or Nazarene authors, people who come from an Arminian perspective. They all start with an overview of the book, and then we'll go into an introduction of the book. But then they get split up into subjects. For example, in Samuel, you get to Saul and his downfall. And it's a whole section and a couple of pages of detail, which obviously for the life of Saul is not a massive amount, but it is actually quite substantial. And then you get David in the wilderness, then you get the kingship of David, and these are just sections. And it takes you through the book so that you know what to look for. If you're studying for yourself, this is actually quite a helpful commentary. And I think if you're trying to put things together for a Bible study group, for example, this actually might be enough. And it's a 2020 publication, is this. So it's bang up to date, and it really does have some great authors in there. I noticed that it's dedicated to Joel B. Green, who has been one of the great, particularly Lucan commentators of our day and generation. But this has a great deal of good quality contribution. And whereas there is a lot of reference back to John Wesley and what he thought, we've got Gupta, we've got Helms, we've got Holland, we've got Andy Johnson, we've got Oropesa, we've got Anderson. We've really got quite a lot of known names in here. People who've already made a contribution and have more to offer. Bill Arnold's on the list, David De Silva's on the list. So actually, there are some really good quality people. Now, of course, bibliography is everything in a book. And every chapter has a short bibliography of recommended reading by the person that's written that chapter. Now, I have to say to you, you could go a long way and not delve into such an excellent recommended bibliography. Even if you're studying the book of Luke and there may only be 10 books recommended on the list, you know what? You will get 10 really good books recommended. And whatever book you're looking at, there is a dedicated bibliography at the end. And because you've got the bibliographies mentioned by the authors, and of course the authors' names, these are all things you can look up for future personal development, for your own reading list, and to develop your own library so that you can occasionally think, oh, I really enjoyed that thing that was mentioned by David De Silva. What else has he written? You look it up. Oh, goodness me, he has written a lot. And it's easy to say, well, I've been wanting to know a bit about the Apocrypha. I'll take his book on that. And it just starts you off personal study, personal development, and it will help you. And I have to say, I don't think I've hardly ever read a book that I don't think didn't help me in some way or another in Christian theology. So if you are looking for a one-volume commentary from a Wesleyan background, from an Arminian background, I can thoroughly endorse this for what it is. It will not take you very, very deep, but it will take you a lot further than a lot of the others will, and it's a worthwhile investment. So I hope that's helpful to you. If it is, remember to give us thumbs up, remember to subscribe, remember to ring the bell, and we'll see you next time on Pastor's Library. Until then, bye!